I mean, it's the same basic principle, except really important at the core of that is this is a teaching learning time. And so, thinking about them as a group of individuals and as a culture, what could be really meaningful on their learning journey? For example, I wouldn't program a group of just all homophonic things. Homophony has the gift of really being able to identify a choir early on, and I love that. So certain pieces with real verticality we'll have a choir get to say, "Oh, I feel us, I see us," so that's great. And then lots of musically interesting things in a lot of that repertoire. But also, I want them to do something that is contrapuntal in some way, whatever that might be. Different ideas, what can challenge them to, always try and force myself to be sure that there's at least some pointers to underrepresented groups. It's really important after sort of decades and centuries of just seeing male composers on programs that, for me, I have to really force myself to always try and have female composer or composers being a part of the mix of consideration, very importantly. Even if it's not literature I know, I go out and find it. And same thing I would say with minorities of all kinds, and that includes Black composers, Native American composers, LGBTQ plus composers. Yeah, just so I want that their learning time. That's important to me in those experiences, and also just I want them to have lots of experience in the joy of singing. So my programs might be I might be heavy on the making sure there's plenty of joy.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. Your philosophy with those two scenarios is very similar to mine, where when I'm programming something for adult professionals, I am thinking a little bit more about what is the story this program is going to tell, what is the experience that the audience is going to have, because I think of those adults as like co-storytellers with me. But when I'm thinking about what my students get, I'm thinking about a very much like what am I going to expose them to? Because for a lot of them, if I don't expose it to them, I'm their only teacher. So if I don't expose it to them, no one will.